Everybody, I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I am a soul therapist and an intuitive that connects with the angelic energy, and I help the helpers, the light bringers, and the soulpreneurs of this world to live their most magical lives. So I'm a little thrown off. I started my video and I realized that I didn't have any kind of a caption, so I just restarted it. So thank you guys for joining today. If you guys are watching live or on the replay, make sure you say hi. I always love to hear from you. I just feel like there's such a shift in this energy, especially as we're entering into this week, as we're moving forward. So I'm really excited to share that. And by the way, before I dive into the energy, for those of you who are kind of waiting for an in-person session, I know a lot of you have been doing video sessions with me. Some of you are waiting to do in-person sessions. I will be getting in touch as soon as I know for sure. It's looking potentially like I might be able to start that next week. And I know I already have a lot of sessions that are already in my calendar, already scheduled, but I will be in touch to get you set up. If you are excited and wanting to get set up and I haven't contacted you yet, feel free to give me send me a text or get in touch with me, and we'll make sure that we are taking care of that. My phone seems to be acting funny now. Hopefully I'm still live. Let's see. Okay. So anyway, so that's kind of what's going on. I'm really excited to begin to transition back into doing some in-person sessions. You know, of course, you always are welcome to continue to do the video sessions. That's what I do with all the people that I work with who live out of town anyway, so you're absolutely welcome to do that, and I'll be sharing more in a post about thank you, Crystal, I'm still live. Okay, good. Hi, Yolanda. About what's going to be going on with that and how that might be a little bit different, but I appreciate so much all of your patience and your support through this whole process. You guys have been amazing. So let's dive into the energy because I'm excited about it. I felt last week, and I've shared this with some of you, but like I just felt this click where it stopped feeling like we're in this totally fear-based energy, and it was like a click. It was like we started to shift into appreciation. Okay, and this is, if you're not there yet, this is what we want to invite into our life, is appreciation rather than fear. And so you know, a huge part of my lesson through this whole process has been that I'm learning about what do I appreciate in my life and what's most important to me. And I know a lot of people are doing that process as well. What's most important? What have I, you know, missed that I haven't been able to do? And what do I have a newfound appreciation for that I used to just kind of be a part of day-to-day life? And so I want you guys to think about that, like what you appreciate, who you appreciate. You know, I think circumstances like what we all have been going through really have a way of showing us who we appreciate, who's you know, who's most important to us, who are our priorities, and how do we make sure that we behave in such a way that like honors that as a priority in our life, especially as we start to get busier, especially as things start to move forward. You know, things are starting to open now. Hi, CG. So we have this forward movement starting, okay, and we're shifting into appreciation. So what do you have appreciation for? What is most important to you? Really asking yourself those questions and making decisions in your life accordingly. You know, the people, the opportunities, you know, like getting excited about the opportunities that you have had or that are going to be coming in, getting excited about the stuff that we're going to get to do, that we're going to get to transition into, or even just those little things in life. So if we can make that shift, and I think we kind of naturally as a collective are, that's going to be really powerful. That's going to be really positive, and that's going to make a huge shift for everybody, for the collective. We need this better energy. We need to step out of this fear, and we need to like step into something brighter, something lighter, something that is connected to our gratitude. So I did feel that shift. I hope you felt that shift too, and if not, just really focusing on connecting with that. I also feel like there's so much energy around relationships right now, and you know, what I see here with this is that there are some very real opportunities for healing relationships, for healing connections, whether they're connections from the past, whether they're connections that we have now. With this Venus retrograde, like, there's a lot of opportunity that's coming in with all of this collective energy. There's a lot of opportunity coming in to heal relationships, but we have to communicate. We have to really make the effort to try to work through this stuff right now. So there's a lot of opportunities. So if you have relationships in your life that you're really wanting to heal, that you're really wanting to work through, this is a great time to do that. The energy is really supportive of that, and you want to do that through communication. And I don't mean through like text messages or, you know, like stuff like that. This is like in person, face to face, real communication. That's so key in terms of right now, but anytime in terms of healing, in terms of progressing. So there's a lot of support for that. And I also feel like part of what we have going on here is we're starting to recognize that it's time for us to do things differently. And I don't mean change everything that you do, but I'm talking about recognizing some of the things that you've been doing in your life that just aren't serving you, that just aren't helping you anymore. It really is a great time to release those patterns. It's a great time to make changes, to do things differently, to do things in a better way. You know, maybe you've always approached, since we're talking about relationships here, you know, maybe you've always approached relationships in one way. So how can you do it a little bit differently? How can you change the pattern? And how can you, by the way, hold yourself accountable for the changes that you need to make? So many times we're so focused on what, you know, the other people need to do. You know, I certainly have been guilty of that myself. We all have, right? But like, what do I need to do? What is my responsibility? What do I need to shift? Or any other area of your life? How can you do things differently? What do you need to be doing differently? Where do you need to change your approach to get a better result? So just really thinking about that and giving some time and energy to processing that and figuring out how you want to make some changes. So we're going to dive into the cards. The first card that we have here is the Chariot card, okay? The energy moves forward. We are moving forward. You are going to see a shift if you aren't already, where there's a moving forward. I'm not surprised with this that stuff is starting to open up a little bit in some places, but even if things are still shut down, there is a forward movement here. We're moving forward. We're not staying stuck in the same place. We're making changes. We're beginning to connect with opportunities again. We're beginning to do things differently, whatever it is, but there's movement. There isn't a feeling of being stagnant this week, which is exciting, I think, because I think for quite some time it's felt very stuck, very stagnant. And then the next card that we have here is the Queen of Water card. This is very much supporting this idea that I'm talking about with relationships, that there's opportunities for relationships to be deepened, to be taken to the next level, to work through some really deep, challenging situations or circumstances that have existed within relationships. So you've got to allow yourself to flow with that process, to communicate, to have an open heart, to be open to working through things. And if we can do that, I think, you know, certainly, and I don't want to say like we want to do that with all relationships, but these are the relationships that you're invested in, right? Sometimes it's just time for something to shift and to end. But if you're invested in something, you put the work in, right? And so this is for those relationships and putting that energy into that. Then we have the King of Air. You know, the King of Air card is a little bit like, in some ways, like we're not fully okay yet. Like we're working on having new perspectives, seeing things from a different perspective, changing the way that we view things. But like we've been through hell with some of this stuff, and you know, there's been a lot going on for people lately, and everybody's story is obviously very different, but we've all had our stuff that we've been working through. And so this is about us connecting with new perspectives, seeing things from a more powerful perspective. And one of the ways that we do that, one of the best ways that we can do that, is through talking it out. So is there somebody that you like to process things with, whether it's a friend, whether it's a counselor, whether it's me, you know, some we've been doing a lot of processing in my sessions this week for sure. So like just really thinking about that and how can I give some balance to my emotional needs, my mental needs, how can I take better care of myself? That's going to be really important this week. We've been through a lot, and it's really important that we're taking care of ourselves. And the next card that we have here is the Wheel card, and I was so excited to pull this with the Chariot because again, it's like positive changes, things moving forward, not feeling stuck. The card itself says a time of positive change, a situation suddenly moves forward. Fortune is on your side. Crystal said, it's you. Thank you, Crystal. So we have this Wheel energy coming in. There's so many opportunities to move forward, to step into something positive. Good things are on their way. So keep the faith, keep going. I feel like we're going to see some really positive things this week, some miracles this week, some good stuff this week, some exciting positive changes. So all of us, we've been having to kind of keep the faith and push through a lot of challenging things. Things move forward this week. The next card that we have here is the Queen of Fire reversed. So again, this is really saying to me, we've been kind of disconnected from our fire. I don't know about you guys. I was kind of like, for an entire month, like I couldn't even tell you what I did with myself, and then the energy shifted a little bit, but like we've disconnected a little bit from our confidence. We've disconnected from the goddesses and gods that we actually are, right? From how powerful we actually are. We've stepped away. We've just been through so much that I feel like a lot has been shut down. A lot, it's just been challenging. And so we're going to be connecting with that a little bit. We need to be really careful to have confidence in ourselves and to not underestimate ourselves, and to have standards for ourselves, right? Sometimes when we're lowering our standards, or we're accepting less than we deserve, we are preventing ourselves from experiencing the gifts that the universe wants to bring into our experience. So not settling, not allowing ourselves to get caught in this lack of confidence and that kind of energy. So we want to connect with our fire. We want to connect with our confidence again. Hi, Joy. I miss you too. Joy usually is in my office, and we're just kind of waiting patiently to hear when she's going to be able to open. And I hope you guys schedule your massages with her. For those of you who are local, when she's open, I know I will be. I'm so ready for that, Joy, whenever you can come back. The next card that we have here is the Five of Air. Okay, so Five of Air is like, I think we're going to be taking a look this week at some decisions that we've made that maybe weren't the best decisions. Whether it's trusting the wrong person, or maybe we've done something ourselves that wasn't a great decision. And again, this is about how do you hold yourself accountable? What do you need to work on? What do you need to change? How can you better yourself, right? And learn from what has happened, and then letting it go. Maybe somebody did you wrong, and it doesn't serve us to sit there and focus on it and perseverate on it over and over and over again. Learn what you can from it. Learn the lesson, take the lesson, and move forward in whatever way you need to move forward with it. But don't hang on to it. Don't hold on to it too tightly, because it's not going to serve you. And take a look at what you need to work on, what you need to change. And the last card that we have here is this Four of Fire card. The Four of Fire is all about balance, stability. Boy, haven't we needed that in some way, or I have. I don't know. I've actually, last week I was talking about how I've been adding in certain things that provide me with structure because I just need it, right? So this is structure. This is us feeling, I'm going to read the card to you. It says contentment, peace, and abundance, a happy home life, the successful completion of a project. So there is a completion this week. There is a shift. There is a moving forward. As a collective, we have just been doing a lot of work, and we have progressed to the next level. This is a leveling up. We're moving into something different. We're moving into something new. So again, I'm not surprised that there's a lot of changes happening around us, reflecting the internal work, the work that we have been doing on ourselves. So those are your messages for this week. I hope that you're as excited about this energy as I am. I can't wait for that movement. And if you guys want to learn more about me or about clarity, you can check me out at discoveryourawakening.com. I will see you guys soon with another video. Take care.